Serving from the Yuma campus of Arizona Western College, we are 94.7 FM KOFA Yuma. Listen at your convenience online at kofaborderradio.org and with the KOFA app. Stay tuned for What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter. It's 10 o'clock.
The First Amendment, the first one, enshrines the right to a free press in the United States. Help NPR and this station keep exercising this critical right by making your gift today. And thank you.
Give now by visiting kawc.org/donate. And thanks.
What's up, Yuma? I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon.
On today's program, we are going to be joined first by Chelsea Dewey. Yes, she is the women's basketball coach right here at AWC. It's March and Madness is going on right now. We're going to find out how she handles all that madness, as well as Danyelle Burke North. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I should know it. She's a reporter here in Yuma, or maybe was. We're going to find out what she's up to and maybe what she's moving on to. So stay with us for What's Up Yuma Radio, beginning right now on KOFA 94.7 FM.
And streaming online at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. You can also view our show on the Border Radio Facebook page and the KAWC YouTube page. And don't forget, you can reach out to us by email at whatsupyumaradio@gmail.com.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
Chili from Philly. Nick Papa Giorgio from Yuma.
Johnny Show! What's up, Yuma? What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to another episode of What's Up Yuma Radio. I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon. Johnny, a couple quick things. First of all, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, you got your green on.
I have my green, but you don't have yours on.
No, I don't. I was thinking, I'm like, because I think Chelsea, who's our guest here, we'll introduce her in a minute, but about getting pinched. Do you remember do that? Like, was that thing in like elementary school?
I was going to tell Cecilia to pinch you now because she's closer to you.
You know, it's like, I guess that was just, I don't know how that happened. I should do some research on it. Like, how do you get that, St. Patrick's Day and then pinching people?
I don't know. Everyone's Irish today, so celebrate, if you're over 21, maybe have a Guinness.
Yeah.
If that's your thing.
Or a green beer, which is, I think, is just beer with dye in it, right?
And if you're not, you can dye your, apple juice or something. If you're sober.
But you mentioned Guinness. I do like Guinness.
Yeah.
A good Guinness is always, appropriate, and even more appropriate today on St. Patrick's Day. So I might just do that, Victor. Thank you for contributing to that.
And then real quickly, so we're in March Madness, and we have our own local March Madness we'll get to in a little bit, but brackets.
Okay.
So I brought one for you to fill out later at your leisure.
And yesterday you asked me about it, and I've never done this before. I've never, ever.
I am surprised.
I've never even seen a college basketball game or a college anything game. Any university I've never watched.
So real quickly, I filled out mine, and I'll hold it up here. So one of my upset.
Is that like a cheat sheet you're showing everybody? Like, this is the way to do it?
People can pick who they want to, but for me, real quickly, one of my upset alerts is Santa Clara. I have them going to the Elite Eight, and not just because my sister went there. But I also have Michigan as a Final Four pick, and they have a player who went to AWC, Yaxel Lendeborg, a couple years ago. And then my pick to win it all is Arizona.
Arizona. Well, I like that.
I have to go with the state university.
I like that.
And then real quickly, the women's Final Four is in Phoenix this year.
Okay.
And so Arizona State is in the field, but I have Connecticut to win it all, UConn.
Okay. So, and why not Arizona? They didn't do that good? Or?
Arizona State, they made it in their first year with their new coach who came over from GCU, Molly Miller, I believe is her name. But, they have a great program, but Connecticut's a powerhouse. They have players that are going to go to the WNBA.
Oh,
they always, are in the Final Four. It seems like every year. So that's the smart pick. That's it. That's a safe pick.
So but it's okay. So you went with Arizona when it comes to the men. Is that also a safe, smart pick?
Yeah, I mean, so they're like I think ranked second overall, but they are a top seed in the West, and they start this Friday in San Diego. Okay. And so they do have, they are pretty much a lock. Michigan might. Present a challenge to them. I have them versus Kansas in the final. Who else is in there? Duke. So these, top schools that people know.
Yeah, so like when I think of sports, the Duke, that's what that comes up in my mind. That's all I know. It's like, Duke, that sounds cool.
And they could win it all too, so they could be a.
Does Duke always do good, or is it just like
Most years, they either like go to the Final Four or they lose in like the first round of like a small school.
Oh, really? So it could be a.
I mean, that's why people watch the tournament, men and women, because you can have those upsets.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about an upset with our guest. You would like to introduce her?
Yeah, so we have Chelsea Dewey. She's the coach for Arizona Western College women's basketball. Thank you very much for being here this morning.
We're going to get you a little closer to your mic if you could.
Appreciate you for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. And so let's start with the upset because, but we're going to talk a little bit later about you're going to your own tournament. So I guess it's madness everywhere. There's just like
Yuma madness.
Yeah, there's always madness going on in March.
Yeah.
But so the women's basketball team, there was an upset. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we played the number 1 team in the country, Eastern Arizona. We played them 3 times prior.
So you played them 3 times before this game where there was an upset?
Yes.
Okay, who got upset those other 3 times?
I guess us.
You guys got upset like all 3 times?
Yeah.
All 3 times you guys left. You're upset. You're mad because the number 1 team beat you. Okay, and then what happened?
Our girls locked in a little bit, took the scout a little more serious than we have all year. And were we perfect? No. But we found a way to stick together, and last play gave it to the player of the year in the conference. And she went a little bit early, but had a rebounder there that put it back for us. They advanced the basketball. I don't know how much you know about that, but
I like NBA. Like I'm good on that, so I know basketball.
Okay.
I just don't know anything when it's college level.
Yeah, so they advanced the basketball. We sadly fouled with 0.4 on the clock. Sent her to the free throw line. She missed the first one, and that was basically game over. So
it was that close. It was like within points.
Yes.
That was that close, and you said you locked in. They locked in. They took it a little bit more serious. Is there any other details you could give? Like, and why did they take it more serious? Were they tired of being upset? Like, they upped up 3 times. That's a lot of times to get upset.
I mean, it's win or go home, honestly. These kids do love playing basketball, and so they enjoy, the games. Not every kid loves practice and things like that. So it's not like they went into the Eastern game and fell on their face by any means, but it was a different mentality. They locked into the shooters on where they were. Did they hit some tough shots? Yes. They executed the offensive side as well. We struggled on having 27 turnovers every game against them. We got it down to 12.
From 27 to 12.
Yes.
That's a huge accomplishment.
Yes.
And was that something that you worked on with them? It's like, okay, you got the stats. You're seeing the 27. You're like, we got to get this down. We're playing them again. This is our average that we go up against them. Was there something that you kind of like, okay, let's work on this. This is where because I know you watch tape, right? You figure these things out. Was there any kind of magic going on with that?
Yeah, watching tape and then seeing where our turnovers were coming from, which was coming from their ball screen coverage. It's a very aggressive hedge ball screen, and so just make sure we attacked that, and we handled that pressure pretty well and found the open guy.
So are you doing this in practice now? Like, how does a practice go when it's like, okay, you saw the tape, you know what you need to work on? Are you doing like scrimmage matches? It's like, okay, this is what they're going to do, so this is what we need to do.
Yeah, we do short games of what they're going to do, and hopefully our kids can execute it, and hopefully our scout team can give us a good enough look. So sometimes, because that's off our script and it's our kids on scout team, so it is a hard adjustment. Like, you got to remember what we do as a whole, and then you got to go do the other team stuff as well, and that is a big adjustment on the fly.
Yeah, absolutely. And so going into the game, so what were you ranked? They're number 1, and what were you ranked at that time?
We had no ranking.
No ranking. Yeah. So explain to me how that works. You have no ranking.
So we were start the season, we were ranked 17th in the country. We lost some games early in the year that put us out of the rankings. We did go beat ranked teams, but again, we fell on our face against the teams that we should have probably quote unquote beat. And so you're kind of just battling for your life. And got second in conference, but every time we went against the Eastern, we never pulled the upset to the last one. So that's why you don't have a ranking.
So then you don't get a ranking. So you're an unranked team. So is that worse than being ranked low? Is that help me understand that?
I think it takes the pressure off the kids a little bit, in a sense, because now the target's not on their back. When you're freshmen and you don't know about a target being on your back, everybody chases a number. It gets you a little more hype for a game. So now when you don't have a target on your back, you can play a little more relaxed, and the energy is different.
You know, I put on my Facebook, if you have me on Facebook, I play better when I do have like a target, or like I'm up against a wall, or somebody's like hating on me. It's like I get juiced, right? Or like, you think I'm not going to do it? Like, I'm going to go do it now, right? So that's how my mentality is. But they must have a little bit of the underdog, right, in them, a little bit of that. It's like, we're not expected to win this, but they go out and they obviously make it happen. So there had to be a little bit of the underdog mentality.
Yeah, underdog, and a little bit of confidence that they know they can. I mean, they've been right there. They just came up short a couple of times. So, and one was due to sickness, another one was
okay.
You know, we really didn't execute scout whatsoever the first half. We were down 15, and then somehow came back and got a manageable ball game, but didn't do the little things right. The last game, we were without our leading scorer that, has held us to 28 points a game that we were missing. So that was an adjustment just for our team to learn how to grow without her. And I think that also helped us, because now you...
Ooh, I like that. Learn how to grow without her, so you really have to put it together.
Yes. So now you can, see your strengths, see where other people excel, and then what can we do when she's added to the team. It really helps your team grow and understand the confidence level that we have in them as well.
And it takes a while, though, right? Because you miss some of the star players on your team. It takes a while to figure out how to gel again, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm saying that because Victor's wearing a Boston, and they just beat the Suns last night. And, we're without Dylan Brooks, who has been phenomenal on the defense and offense. He's surprising everybody. And he broke his hand, and he's sitting on the bench, and they got to figure out, okay, what are we going to do now? And they can't, or they haven't quite figured it out yet.
Yeah,
But
they still have Devin Booker.
They do have Devin Booker, but I'm telling you, Dylan Brooks made the difference on that. He was like, he brought the energy. He was like a Rodman for him. And Rodman's my all-time favorite basketball player of all time. But
so getting back to AWC women, I believe Scott Groves was saying that this season you only had one returning player.
Correct.
Talk about that. So that can also, you have a whole new team. Pretty much you have, except for one player who came back from last year.
Right.
So talk about how, I'm sure that probably played into, just building the team, maybe some early losses, but talk about how you guys got from there to this point.
Yeah, 11 new faces, and 10 of those are freshmen, so only 2 sophomores on the group. It's a huge adjustment. One, it's an adjustment to me, and I'm not an easy coach to play for.
Yeah.
I demand what they're going to expect at the Division I level, and that's what we're here to get them ready for. We're not here to just win games at Arizona Western. We're here to get these ladies prepared for what's next in life.
Right.
And also, adversity happens every day in your everyday life.
Right.
So, how can you handle adversity all the time? So that was an adjustment. I had to adjust to them a little bit in those aspects, and it took a little bit of growing pains, sadly. We were right there, close. I knew this team was talented, had a lot of talented freshmen, honestly. It's just we didn't do the little things right all the time. Language barriers, we talked about that last time. Language barrier is a huge thing. And so film has also really helped me in those situations, talking slower for our young ladies, and just kind of building our connection through and through.
Well, that's when you say that, basketball is their first language, right?
Yes, you do.
Basketball is universal language, whether you speak English, Spanish, French, whatever, because you have players from like Mali and other countries mention how you recruit those players and how you brought them here to Yuma.
Yeah, so those players, some of his connections, basketball is a game of relationships. So I had some good relationships that trusted me to take care of their young ladies to get them ready for the next level. And then also, film is sent daily to me. So I get to watch thousands and thousands of film, and I get to pick from, not like UConn or anything like that. I don't get the best of the best, but I get some pretty talented young ladies that just can't pass the TOEFL, and so we get a chance
pass
to
the what now?
The TOEFL. It's like the language
exam.
A test for them. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
But maybe they fall through the cracks or whatever. For some reason, they don't go to a 4-year school, but they're looking to still play, or they're looking to, because of NIL or the portal, right? As we talked with the men, they can move around, and they got a player from BYU here at AWC. So with the portal, that kind of changes things, and players are looking to, move and just find a better situation for them. So maybe that happens here as well.
Yeah, a little bit. We had a bounce back kid early in the year that didn't end up working out for us. So it's just, not every situation's for everybody, and every story is different.
Yeah.
So then, let's see. We'll take a break, and we're gonna come back on the other side of the break because you guys are headed out of town, right? This weekend? Is it this weekend?
This weekend.
This weekend, you're leaving because you did beat the #1 team, and I think you get ranked after that, right? Is that the way it works? Are you somewhere now? Like that's something special, right?
We got a seating. I don't know if
Okay,
we're
you got a
ranked, but
seating. There we
got
go.
a seating.
Okay, something happened. A seating happened. I'm learning on the fly over here. All right, and with that, we are going to take a break. We'll be back right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Welcome to KAWC's The Hotspot.
I'm Chloe Michael.
And I'm Maya Manry. This week, we hear from artists and promoters alike who share the impact music has on Yuma.
That's what I really like. I like people having a good time, bringing joy. Music is such a powerful instrument to transmit joy.
This show is available as a podcast or online at kawc.org under the Shows tab.
Bringing the heat to Yuma and La Paz, it's The Hotspot.
You're tuned to 94.7 FM. The weather forecast for Yuma today is sunny and breezy with the high near 95, gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 66. In this week's Arizona edition, the Blue Angels are in the Yuma Air Show for the first time in 40 years. The Fort Yuma Rotary Club has a volunteer project at Centennial Middle School, and the Hotspot looks at Yuma's music scene. You can listen to the latest episode of Arizona Edition on the KAWC app and at kawc.org. Stay tuned to 94.7 FM.
Thank you to the many local businesses that support Border Radio and help make the music possible. If you have a business that would like to include Border Radio in your marketing mix, we're here to provide a customized program for you. Call us at 877-838-5292 or visit borderradioaz.org for more information.
For over 55 years, Border Radio KOFA has been a voice for music and culture in the region. We play indie, soul, funk, world beats, and more, plus local stories and live sessions. Tune in live at 94.7 FM, on demand at borderradioaz.org or on the KOFA app and discover your next favorite song.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here with Chelsea Dewey, the head coach of the women's basketball team right here at AWC. And we left off, and I found out you get a seating. So is that seat where you're going to be seating on Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay, cool. There we go. All right. So you're leaving Saturday. Tell everybody where you're going.
Lake Charles, Louisiana.
What's going on over there?
Some crazy basketball, I guess. March Madness.
Yeah, some mad basketball, some madness. So is it because you beat that #1 team?
Yes.
Okay. So you beat the #1 team. Now you get a seat over here, and the girls got to get ready to hit a bus on Saturday.
Actually, we get to fly.
You get to fly.
Hey. We get to fly.
What? They are spoiling you guys here. That's
otherwise,
great.
that's a longer bus ride to Louisiana.
Yeah, I'm not taking 16 hours on the bus.
Okay, so you get to fly. That's cool. So are the girls excited, and how do you prepare?
They're super excited. So they worked really hard for this. This is what you get your preseason ready for, so they're prepared for the end of the season. So how you prepare is one game at a time, and we get a week to prepare for New Mexico State that we already played, actually the third game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
That was an overtime thriller. So again, it's a little bit of got to refocus. They're playing different, we're playing different. And just, can't look too far ahead. You got to just stay one game at a time and one play at a time and play your best and not worry about, what if? You got to go make it happen and take the luck out of it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And so this tournament, is it like this paper that Victor gave me?
Bracket, yeah.
Bracket?
So yesterday they announced the bracket. So it's the NJCAA Division I National Tournament. As Coach said, AWC got the number 17 seed, and they're going to play number 16 New Mexico on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
it's not as big, but yes,
it's not as big.
There's 24 teams, and there's like play-in games sort of to make it to like the top 16, as I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Coach, when they announced the seeding, you beat the number 1 team in the country. For me, it felt like the seeding was a little low, but how did you see the seeding? Was it what you were expecting? Was it what you were thinking where AWC would end up?
I mean, I'm grateful for the opportunity, honestly, to go compete. So I'm not going to complain about seeding, but it was a little bit of a shock on what we got, because now you got to go looking forward. I don't like doing, but you do see it as the number 1 side. So you're going against the number 1 team in the country, which I know we just beat up the number 1 team in the country, but now you got to go knock off another one. So it's kind of just a bad seed in that situation. But at the end of the day, we didn't take care of business early in the year. So you're just happy to be in, and then you go compete and let the rest take care of itself.
Yeah.
So explain to me, for the novice over here, how does it work? Because you have a low seat, you have to face the number 1 team. When do you do that?
No. So
it's win or go home. So yeah. If we win, we play the number 1 seed.
Oh, if you win.
So,
okay.
So there's 24 teams in the bracket, and then as I understand it, like the bottom 8 teams or something have to face each other to sort of play in, and so whoever wins the 16-17 matchup plays the number 1 team in the whole tournament, which is, I think, Butler from Kansas.
Okay.
And so if and when AWC wins, that's who they would play in the second round. So they would play the best team in the whole tournament in the second round.
You're just going up against them. Oh, okay, very soon. Okay, but if you have a higher seat, you have some time to...
Yeah, you play different games, but you could get a bye.
Okay.
The first top 8 get a bye, and then... But it's okay. I don't think we were going to get A anyway, so it's just, it is what we got seeded, and we got to just go take care of business.
Yeah.
And Victor had mentioned only 1 returning from last year, and you mentioned off air that last year you went to this tournament as well, right?
We did.
Okay, so what was that like?
So that we were in a different situation. We were the number 1 seed in the conference, not overall in the country or anything like that. We lost the semifinal game. So we had to sit out for a whole week, and we had to wait till Sunday for selection show and then get our name called. So it was a whole different, ball game to sit in, but our kids took care of business all season long and kind of fell at the end at a buzzer beater, actually. And but then we had an opportunity, and we went down there, won 1 game, and then the injury bug really took over and fell on our face on the next one.
Was there pressure on you knowing that, okay, we went last time, we're going to go again? Did you feel any of that pressure?
There's no pressure. I mean, the kids come here for a reason. They want to come here and compete for championships. They also want to come here and get out to Division I level. So there's no pressure, and you don't bring that pressure into practice. You just get them ready. Like at the Division I ranks, there's 15 young ladies on that roster you got to compete against every day. So you got to have the everyday mentality ready, and that's the pressure you bring. Not last year, because that means nothing to these kids that are in this program.
Yeah. Going off of that, I want to ask you. So there is more of an interest in women's basketball at all levels, right? WNBA viewership is up, college game. So is your team, are your players, motivated by that? They kind of see what's possible, like you said, going to D1 level and beyond. Like, do they use that as motivation? Like, hey, let's, we had some eyes on it, because the games that are this tournament's going to be on ESPN Plus.
Oh wow, okay.
So people can watch all of the games. But do you feel that excitement about women's basketball?
Yeah, it's growing. I mean, Eastern Arizona had a tremendous atmosphere when we were up there, and so our young ladies handled that atmosphere when they went on their runs. I mean, that place was rocking a little bit for a junior college basketball game, because if you come to our games, I mean, we got fans, but they don't come sell out like they do the men. So you guys need to get out of your seats in Yuma and come support Arizona Western women's basketball, because we're competing our tails off, and there's some competitive young ladies out here. So there's also other college coaches in the ranks, so it gets them pretty wound up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, so is this the last push, and then after this, is it done? Is that how it works?
Yes,
okay.
It's win or go home now.
Win or go home, and then that's the end of the season?
End of the season.
And so now, end of the season, you said you have some freshmen, right? A lot of good freshmen. Are you trying to keep them? Are you trying to make sure they come back next year? Because you said you only had 1, and how does that work?
I would love to retain most of these. Now,
gotcha.
I do have some very talented freshmen that I got Division I calling me, So
okay, that's what I was going to get to. So then you create this talent pool, and you're saying that you want to get them ready for this, and then it's like they're ready for it, and their phone's ringing. Like, how do I really like her? So explain a little bit about that.
I mean, I'd just be as honest as possible in what they want. You know,
I wouldn't be honest. I'm just kidding. It's like, but
come
you
out
have
to Yuma. We're close to Phoenix. No.
yeah. But so tell me a little bit about that.
I mean, so that's what they come here to, because I'm also open to the one and get out. Now, I'm honest on, like, hey, are you ready for it or you not? Like, do you want to go sit the bench, or do you think you can go in there and compete? And I try to be honest with that coach that calls and recruits them, like, hey, what do you want them for? Do you want them to come sit on the bench, or you think you can wait another year?
Are they going to get some time?
Yeah.
And if they just sit the bench, right, then it's like,
it's a waste.
It's a total waste where they could get some playing time, develop their skills more here. I know D1, I've heard it. I don't know much about it, but it's like that's where you want to get to, right? But if you're sitting the bench the whole time, that could be a bummer, right?
Yes. So you want happy kids, and I mean, I know these kids are going to go out and compete for their next university. So it's a little bit tricky game. I mean, I had 2 freshmen last year that transferred out after 1 year too. So and that's how I got some of these freshmen to come in here and believe in the vision,
because they saw that happened, that was able to. So, and that's like a selling point when you recruit.
It is a selling point. Okay. One, I went to junior college. I went to actually Hutchins Community College, and I left after 1 year. So like, I can't be a backstabber to my own plan that I did.
Yeah.
And so that wasn't the plan going in when I committed. You know, I was committed to 2 years, but it did happen that way. So like, it wasn't Division I for me, but I want these kids to go get their dream that they really want.
So real quickly, the one player you had returning, I believe, was just named the Conference Player of the Year, right?
Correct.
So give her a shout out. What's her name?
Mable Doumbia. So very thankful I got to keep her, because that was another kid that wanted to go find another opportunity and still stayed here, and her talents definitely paid off.
Was there like a special circumstance around that, why she decided to say, even though she had the talent, to move on? Was it one of those where you were having the talk with the coach? Are you going to play her? Is she going to be on the bench? Or can you get into any of the dynamics about that?
It was just not ready all the way, language barrier a little bit, and things like that, and just understanding me as a coach too is another relationship builder on that. So,
but as the kids say, she knows ball. So she can play. Yeah. And that's what matters. And she can play for AWC and help them win. And
so you were able to retain her. You said there might be a little bit of a language barrier moving on to the D1, right? Like that. So she would wanted to get more, I guess, foundation here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So only knew French when she came across from Africa. And so now she can actually have sentences and conversations with you. So just understanding, the culture of Americans is different from them. And, our demand is different. We're also probably a little more yellers than they are.
Oh, really?
So just making sure they get that comfortable and not thinking, woe me. So
okay, now I have a question. So we yell more here, and or a little bit more aggressive?
Yeah, well, definitely Chelsea.
You are?
Yes.
I fear that you're going to yell at me right now if I get the questions wrong. So you're saying there's like a different way of doing it. So she came from Africa, speaks French, and so what they're like a little bit, like, hey, it's all right, and you're like,
no,
let's go.
Rebound the ball.
Yeah.
Play defense. Hands up.
Did you see that ball? Like, it passed right by you.
Yeah.
Jump for it. Dive for it. Like, is it a little bit of that?
A little bit.
And so they have a little bit of a culture shock, huh?
A little bit, yes. Yes.
And so then you're trying to navigate that, like, hey, okay, no, I wasn't really mad at you. It was like, you would just, where you get excited here.
I just get way too excited.
Oh, wow. And so maybe she wasn't ready for the next level of this. It's like, okay, I know that what's that, the devil or whatever?
Yeah.
She was like, I'll be better with the devil I know than going over here and get yelled at by somebody else.
Correct.
But okay, so are you trying to retain them though, these few? But you're saying you're honest. Is there anyone that look like you're gonna go? You don't have to name them or anything.
I don't know. It's kind of really early in the stage
too early?
a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So coaches are also respectful a little bit. Now, if they're really desperate, they'll kind of go behind your back. But most of the time, I mean, you're trying to build relationships in this profession. So it's really early for our freshmen. But if they go out here in Louisiana and ball out, like we know they can, there is a chance that I could lose a couple. But again, a language barrier on a couple, I'll be able to probably retain.
And then you said building relationships. So the coaches, because you want to, you're kind of like a feeder organization, right? Like that's, for lack of a better term for me. But so the coaches don't want to upset you, right? And like go behind your back and say, hey, really, go over here. I'll buy you some Nikes or whatever. I don't know, And
I wish there was that kind of.
But they want to be respectful, so they continue to have a good relationship and find a good program to partner with.
Yes, 100%.
Gotcha. All right.
So remind our listeners and viewers where the next game is, how they can follow.
Louisiana, Lake Charles, Louisiana, sorry. And you can follow on njcawebsite.org, or you can go to ESPN Plus. It's on there.
Right.
Or you can AWC Matadors.
Right. So I believe AWC game against New Mexico is Tuesday, 8 a.m. our time.
8 a.m.
8 a.m. our time. So early start.
That's early.
And like Coach said, you can check them on the website, and I think on ESPN Plus as well, maybe.
So are they? One last thing. Are they excited to be on ESPN? That seems pretty cool.
They shook their head. I don't know if they know the hype to that.
Oh, they don't. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but maybe their family and friends back home can watch them. Go online and watch them.
That's very cool. So thank you so much for being with us. I appreciate you, and nothing but the best success. I hope you go over there and crush them all.
Can we get a Go Lady Matadors?
Yeah,
Go Lady Matadors.
Okay, there we go.
We got to work on Johnny's cheers.
We got to do that. We're going to work on those on the break, though. We're going to do that right now. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Bopping to the new beats heard around the world, or relaxing to the tunes of Memory Lane. We are your non-commercial source of music. Run by volunteer hosts, this is KOFA Border Radio, 94.7 FM, 1320 AM, on the KOFA app, or at borderradioaz.org.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by the 2 Welton locations of High Tanks Brewing Company, its craft brewery and tap room, featuring scratch-made food and handcrafted beers, including Daphne's Date Ale and the Gila Hazy IPA. Also, live music and experiences such as farm tours and glamping are available. More at hightanks.com.
For KAWC News in Yuma, I'm Victor Calderon. Up in the skies above Yuma, the Blue Angels and other military aircraft entertained people both inside and around the Marine Corps Air Station on Saturday. The 60th annual Yuma Air Show went off as planned on a sunny, if unseasonably warm day. That didn't stop people from going on base or setting up on streets around MCAS Yuma. Colonel Jared Stone is the commanding officer for MCAS Yuma. He said his community looks forward to the Yuma community's support every year.
And I love the way that the community here in Yuma embraces us and the mission that we have to get the Marine Corps ready to go forward and fight. So for me, the Air Show Day is awesome because it's the one day of the year we get to open the base up, invite the community out, make them part of what we see and do here on a daily basis. And it's just fun to watch the crowd get into it, enjoy it, and be part of Marine Corps Aviation in Yuma.
MCS Yuma officials told KAWC they have already begun planning for the 2027 Yuma Air Show. For KAWC News, I'm Victor Calderon.
From KAWC, this is Siendo Primero. I'm Melanie Ruiz Lopez.
And I'm Sajay Barcenas. We'll be talking about jobs and experience for students.
I fell in love with the art of being in the kitchen, making food, and making people happy.
Taking that chance is going to be what's going to get you to the next stage or future.
Es una cantidad enorme de estudiantes que quieren trabajar.
A new energy with the same mission, to give students a voice.
The Yuma County Library District provides activities and resources at its branches for people of all ages. Events include story time, citizenship classes, bilingual programs, crafts, author talks, and more. For more information about the activities and calendar of events, plus other in-person and online resources, visit yumalibrary.org.
K-pop fans, what's behind the girl crush movement in K-pop? Does gender equality exist in South Korea? Are girl crush songs for real, or just fun songs with a good dance beat? Join me this week for the Girl Crush Show on K-Pop for Border to hear what girl groups like Blackpink, aespa, ITZY, and LE SSERAFIM have to say about self-confidence and self-love. K-Pop for Border airs on Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Kofa Radio.
I use KAWC almost on a daily basis in my car. It's the background for chores around my house. And I go to the website and look for stories that are of interest, and I listen to podcasts. I look to the news on NPR because I'm looking for something beyond the headline or a soundbite or a gotcha moment. I really want news that shows me sort of the multiple dimensions of a story, that seeks information from multiple sources and doesn't tell me how to think. It just presents the issues, and I really appreciate that. Being a sustaining member of a service like KAWC takes the mystery out of it for me. So I know that I am supporting every month. I also know that I don't have to remember to sit down and write a check at the end of the year or a budget for a check at the end of the year, right? It's kind of coming out of my account every month, and that makes me feel a little bit like I'm part of the team. I'm Lori Stoft from Arizona Western College, and I'm a proud supporter of KAWC Yuma.
KOFA Border Radio doesn't sound like any other radio station in Yuma. We are a non-commercial source for music from around the world, across the decades and local artists. Our hosts are volunteers. If you would like to get involved, send an email to music@borderradioaz.org.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by
Danyelle Burke North, and you may recognize her as a anchor and reporter at KYMA. Well, thank you for being here.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Thank you. And I teased a little bit on the billboard because when you're coming in, me and Victor were talking about it yesterday. And you're no longer at KYMA. Is that true? Is he lying to me, just trying to break my heart?
No, my heart is broken too. It's my 2-year contract did come to an end, so I got to spend a wonderful 2 years here serving the community, meeting so many amazing people. But yeah, my time has wrapped up.
Your time, yeah. So you put in your 2 years. You were faithful to that, so that's cool. So Yuma, you're not originally from here though. Where are you from?
I'm from Orange County, California.
All right.
The OC.
OC, yes.
Back in the OC, did you dream about being on TV and reporting? Is that something that when you were young, you're like playing with Barbie dolls and like doing the thing? I'm going to be on TV and like look at,
Yeah, so I actually do have a clip like that. I was playing with dolls and it's like a recorded video. How did you know?
I don't know. I've been stalking
Johnny
you.
Psychic. No.
And yes.
I have those videos too. No.
Twins.
No.
I do have videos like that, like me playing with my dolls and pretending to be a reporter. I'll have to find that and like share that on social media. But
you do.
I do have some videos like that.
I just got to say, so I have a video. My TV debut was on KYMA when I was like a baby, like a toddler, swimming in Kennedy Pool. They did a thing about it, teaching like swimming lessons, and my parents had it on VHS, and it was like that. I wrote on the thing, "A star was born."
No way.
Anyway,
you already knew.
Yeah, I already knew. That's it. Like I'm made for TV. My mom would always show me this all the time. It's like, all right, I'm made to be on something. But so you're young, you're an OC. Like, what inspired you to get into this?
Yeah, so I grew up doing performing arts. I grew up doing like dance, singing, acting. So I was always comfortable in front of the camera. And then I also spoke a lot, like different speeches. I did my 8th grade promotion speech or just a lot of, speech contests, winning that. So I was comfortable in front of the camera, comfortable giving like oral presentations, to kind of like combine that together and did reporting. And yeah, I always wish I saw more representation in the media growing up, people that look more like me. So I was hoping to be that change. And now I'm here hoping to do that.
So what was it like growing up in the OC? Like when I think of Orange County, for me, music is a big part of it. So I think about Sublime, No Doubt, Offspring, Social Distortion, with a lot of punk and stuff like that. That's my thing. But what was it like for you?
For me, I grew up maybe about 15 minutes from Disneyland. So Disney is like
right by Anaheim.
Right by Anaheim, yes. Beaches over there. What else did I love to do? Just performing arts, beaches, sunshine, palm trees, hanging out outside. That's what I imagine for like a little California vibes.
And so, growing up there, is it like competitive? You're trying to be, or you like to be in front of the camera or performing, but what's the level of competition there to get onto that stage and have your performance?
Yes, for television-wise, it is pretty competitive there, especially the LA market. But it is pretty competitive there.
And did you realize that early on when you were younger?
I don't think I realized that as much until I started getting into the industry, and then I got to start here, which is such a great starting ground in Yuma. I got to cover, agriculture here, military, border issues, school board meetings, balloon festival, a whole bunch of stuff here. So Yuma itself is such a great starting ground, just getting your foot in the door. It's amazing here.
And I've been here my whole life, and so I am very familiar that Yuma is a starting ground for a lot of reporters. And did you hear that story about Will Ferrell? Are you familiar with that?
I didn't hear the story.
No? Did you hear it, Victor?
Yeah, it's something about like Will Ferrell. He tried to get a job at KYMA, and
he was originally
before he made it big.
Yeah, he wanted to be. So the whole Anchorman thing was a little bit of reality.
Wow.
Yeah, and he was told about coming to here to Yuma. He talked about it on a podcast, and he was talking about I'm not going to be a reporter then. I'm not going to Yuma type of thing. Like, it's not going to happen. So he never became a reporter, and now he's the Will Ferrell we know now. But it's like, you kind of learn that this is a place that you kind of cut your teeth on reporting.
Absolutely.
So for you, when did you get into news? Was it like in high school? Was it in college? How'd you tell us about that?
I got into news in college. So I went to Chapman University. That's where I graduated. I had a BFA in broadcast journalism documentary. And then I did a Chapman News out there on campus as well. So we had weekly newscasts, got to practice anchoring there, weather, reporting. So it helped set me up for success here. So I started in college.
Yeah. So what was your favorite thing to do out of those that you mentioned?
I think reporting, but like the entertainment aspect. I love entertainment. I love being able to smile and do like those like celebrity-like interviews. I would love to do red carpet type interviews in the future. Might have to clip this.
Okay, yeah. So you like the entertainment side of things. So like you said, red carpet, interviewing, finding out what celebrities are up to, what who's dating who, and who got a divorce, and who's
being
on
so
Ozempic.
Close to Hollywood, you gotta follow that. Yeah,
And so what is it about that attracted you to that?
I think I like more lifestyle reporting, specifically in entertainment. So, trying new restaurants, getting to meet different small business owners, going behind the scenes, like maybe cook some food with them or, meet some new shop owners. I like the lifestyle aspect where I get to meet everyday people and get to know more about them and just to be able to smile and bring some laughter. I love just smiling.
And so when you're at doing this, you said, where'd you go? To university?
Chapman University.
Chapman. So you're at Chapman, and you're kind of cutting your teeth there. You're learning these things. Did you get to do any celebrity type things, or is there any type, is it like a famous person on campus, or tell me a little bit about that?
Tiffany Haddish did come for a comedy night on campus.
Wow.
I did get to report on that for our Chapman newscast. That was really fun. And then
you got to meet her and talk to her? Or?
I didn't get to talk to her. I was far away, but I got good video clips.
You're like, hey, you got to wave?
Very close. I zoomed in. I got a picture.
No.
Yes, B-roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really cool. I got to do some more entertainment stuff while here at Yuma too. I covered the live after Oscars show with Kelly and Marks. That was really great. Got to go to we worked together for that. Yes, got to go to California, LA. So that was a great experience.
Yeah, and so that just happened. Obviously, the Oscars was Sunday.
Yeah.
So they had the after show yesterday. I know Jaylene went this year, and Samantha Byrne and others have gone. But that's a cool example where for these young journalists from Yuma, they get to go beyond Yuma, Imperial Valley to big events.
And you went to one, you said?
I did last year. Me and Victor were there. We got to meet Kelly and Mark, go backstage, interview them. It was really cool. Got to see the show from the audience live.
So how are those type of moments? And I'm going to backtrack after this question. But how are those type of moments? Because we're not too close, but I guess we're not too far away. And is it because Ernesto's over there really cool, and he's like, we're going to say, you should kind of shift your head. He is cool. I love Ernesto, but it's like, okay, he's going to give you this opportunity to do this.
Yeah.
I know we have sponsors too. I think it's
the sponsors.
I was gonna say I'm low-key jealous because they get to cover San Diego Comic-Con every year. They send some reporters out to that. The sports teams, I'm jealous of them. They get to go cover the Super Bowl. I only got to cover the media night when the Super Bowl was in Phoenix. That's as close as I got. I couldn't get passes for the game. They didn't think I was cool enough on the NPR side, but yeah. So they had those opportunities to cover not just the community here and El Centro, but also regional events, LA, San Diego, Phoenix.
Yeah, so then, Victor, I did get you passes to YFL 8 this weekend, so you got to do that.
I got local access to like Yuma Air Show. So
that's true. You went to the air show and to YFL 8.
Yeah.
Really cool.
So okay, the backtracking is. So how did you end up in Yuma? How'd that happen?
Yeah, I applied several places. The station had reached out to me. I'd applied at some other station. They had recommended me here, and then I got in contact, got to do some interviews, and then I chose Arizona and got to move from home to my first time being by myself away in a new state.
Okay, so you applied for a few places. Was there one that you were really trying to get to, or is like, you be honest, Yuma doesn't have to be the one.
There were some back home in California, and I wanted to stay close to home. Stay close to the sunshine, but I'm really happy with my choice here in Yuma, Arizona. Yes, the heat, to me, it's hot here compared to California. Like,
it is. When it's like 95 today in like mid-March, that's crazy.
To me, that's hot, but people tell me, no, that's not hot yet. Wait till you see. So I'm embarrassed to say it's hot.
No, it's supposed to be 110 on Saturday. That's crazy for March.
Thank you so much.
That's absolutely lunacy. But so you said you're happy that Yuma was your choice.
Yes.
And that they reached out. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to find out what was it like when you first got here, all right? Okay. We're going to do that right after this. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Run by music lovers like yourselves, KOFA Border Radio has what you need. A non-commercial home filled with music heard from all over the world. Tune in at 94.7 FM, 1320 AM on the KOFA app or at borderradioaz.org.
Take KAWC and Border Radio with you everywhere with the KAWC KOFA app. The app lets you stream our news and music programs, link to the latest headlines from NPR, and hear stories from the KAWC newsroom. Download it to your smartphone through the Apple Store or Google Play Store. Just search for KAWC to load it to your phone right now.
This is folk singer Michael Jonathan. Join us this week on Wood Songs. We have Grammy-nominated songwriter Leslie Jordan and Texas musical entrepreneur and community activist Chase Raines, both artists and a wonderful Wood Songs kid on this week's broadcast of the Wood Songs Old Time Radio Hour.
This evening at 7 p.m. on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
Meteorologists say that a historic March heat wave is heading this way. In Yuma, Parker, and Quartzsite, we expect a sunny day with an afternoon high of 99 degrees. Winds are mostly out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour, could gust up to 20 miles per hour in Yuma. Clear skies tonight with a low between 60 and 65 degrees.
You may have heard that prices for used vehicles are up. That car you've thought about donating to KAWC and Border Radio? It could be worth even more today than when you first started thinking about it. To learn how to get the process started, visit kawc.org/cars. Proceeds help us bring this service to you. Thanks.
Tuned in to Border Radio KOFA. We are your local public radio station that celebrates the power of music to bring people together. You can see our playlists, listen to our live stream, and listen to past programs on demand on the KOFA app. Find it at your favorite app store.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are here speaking with Danyelle, and Victor said he has some questions, and I tell Victor, you just got to butt in. I'm just going to keep going. This is, see how much coffee I drink? This is like, let's zoom into
this. Is that coffee or
this
is that
pure
Guinness?
Coffee.
It's
not
Patrick's
Guinness
Day.
today.
Okay.
Yeah, I should have Guinness, but that would have been cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I drink a lot of coffee, so I just go. So you just got to get them in there, but go ahead.
So I have some questions for the reporter. So you touched on this before, but as a fellow journalist, what do you enjoy about the profession?
The profession, definitely meeting all the different people in the community. That's my favorite part, like the laughter, getting to meet new people, getting to hear about their stories, their journey. Like meeting people is my favorite part.
Yeah. So thinking back on your time in Yuma, is there a story that touched you personally or, that you really enjoyed that you want to share?
Yeah, there's been several stories. Just getting to meet some parents sometimes that have experienced like loss, those ones really touch me very deeply. ones that I've like enjoyed, like that's brought a lot of smiles and laughter. I recently covered the air show. That was really great. Got to go up and side one of the helicopters. I love that Kelly and Mark Live after show off with Oscars.
You got to go up in a helicopter, huh?
I did.
Oh,
yes.
very cool.
Yes.
Yeah, one of our former from KSWT, geez, what's her name? I'm forgetting right now. She just put up a video. It's probably because it's air show time, and so she had a memory come up where she was up in a F-15.
Yeah.
She actually got to go in a jet back in the day. So I don't know. I don't think your guys' insurance would cover that anymore.
No.
But yeah, she got to go up in an F-15.
But that must have been cool to be up there, right? To be flying over with a helicopter, military helicopter.
So cool. I was in the front of, like, I was the front pilot in the front of the aircraft, so I was a little scared. I felt a little nauseous, but we survived, didn't throw up. So
that's key. That's key. You know, you might need that bag, but that's key.
Yeah, that's definitely goals. So a memorable time then, right? Being able to do that.
Right.
So you had the memorable. Anything else like that really touched you though? That you said there was a few of those ones that you could maybe bring up right now.
Yeah, ones that made me smile or like ones that were heartfelt. Yeah, several heartfelt ones. A personal like story for me. I lost my parent. They passed away in a car crash, and then it was here in Arizona actually. So that was one of my fears. Was, to be honest, was moving here. The state is a place where I lost one of my parents.
Yeah.
So when I cover stories like that, it brings a lot of pain. I know I covered a story. Spoke to some parents who lost their teens in a car crash here. So those ones like I got to take a second after work those days. Those ones hit me like really hard. But I speak to parents about loss because it's so personal, like close to home.
Close to home, and then you still got to keep that poise.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll say for me, because early in my career, I did that covering news in Salinas and like Monterey, and that's never easy to like call a parent who's like just lost a kid, and like your editor is like see if they'll talk, and and if they're not, like you have to respect that.
Right.
If they're willing to talk, like you want to honor the memory of their child or whoever they lost, right? So you want to be like, well, we want to share with our readers, with our listeners, whoever. We want to share like who were they, because we want to go beyond the headlines, and they weren't just a name like in the news. They were a person, and so and so that brings out like whether if they're willing to share, then you get to give a more complete picture of who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally get that.
So definitely, you have to be willing to share, like you said, and you want to do your best to do that, but they might not be ready or willing at the time.
As a reporter, you never want to make those calls. You're not like looking forward to it. You're not like, hey, let me talk to someone who just lost a loved one.
Yeah.
But like as a reporter, again, like I said, we want to like talk about who they were as a person, and they like sports or they like this or that, and then like who were they?
Absolutely. So when you first got here, I thank you for sharing some of your memories. But what was it like when you first got here? Were you excited to kind of hit the ground running?
Yes. At first, I was nervous because again of like the personal story. I was scared to come to Arizona.
Yeah.
But I did hit the ground running. I got really excited about it. Stuff just kept falling into place. For me, faith is something that's huge, and there was so much peace when I was moving here. I was like, Lord, I don't want to move here. I'm scared. You got to provide this stuff. Like, maybe I need like a roommate or something. I can't afford this by myself. God provided that. And then I was like, okay, well, Lord, like I got to be able to afford this. You need to help with like a U-Haul or something. A church helped volunteer to help me with that. So I'm like, Lord, you keep providing too much peace. Like I can't, like I couldn't deny it. So there was so much peace when I moved here and just hit the ground running, got to meet so many new people. I was starting fresh. Didn't know anybody, starting from the ground up, but.
And you got to get your own stories, right? That's like a thing that, it's not like a whole big crew over there like we have over here. My producers, I'm just kidding. We don't have that, but we did get some questions, but no, you have to go out and make connections and kind of meet people and find things that are going on, right?
That's right. Going on social media, going on, local media, just trying to find the most, like what's happening in Yuma.
Yeah. One thing I want to thank you for doing in our community as you get ready to move on is highlighting the Black community and highlighting those Black stories. We just had Black History Month. Mm-hmm. Talk about what that meant to you to like kind of find those people who are part of the Yuma history, whether they're like a business owner or they served in the military or something.
Right. So I highlighted one person per week. So that was only 4 people, but gosh, I wish there was more weeks in the month and I can highlight so many people. There were so many talented, amazing people here. I got to meet teachers and veterans and firefighters and just so many amazing people, small business owners, and meet their families. I love getting to know them. And even last night I had dinner and then I had breakfast with other people who I got to highlight. And so it was great just to go beyond just the story and get to know them personally and get to spend time with them and their families. They've become family to me. And, I let them know about my next steps before my job even do. So they're like family to me.
Yeah, that definitely. So I have a question real quick. So reporting and anchoring, you've done both. Which one do you like better?
Ooh, I like each one for different reasons. I think I like reporting because, again, I get to meet people.
Because of the
my
meet
favorite
people.
part.
That's what I was thinking, because you mentioned that a lot.
Right.
But then anchoring, that's like more prestigious, right? That's a little bit more like you're not out there hunting and chasing.
Right. No, baking in the sun and like sweating from 120 degree weather. Yes, anchoring. I've got to do co-anchoring recently. Shout out Manoa. That's been really fun, and get to produce an anchor with somebody. I got to do weather as well. Shout out Melissa as well. That's been really, really cool to try different aspects in the job too. I only came for reporting, but I got to do so much more.
So, but when you got to do the co-anchoring though, did you feel at home though? Was there a piece like that? You mentioned peace a lot. Did you kind of feel that like, oh yeah, I could do this too? Maybe you're not interacting with people, but still feel comfortable?
Yes, I got to anchor back in college for the Chapman newscast. So I felt prepared for it. I was excited for it. Got to have my own show here, Fox 9, and that was amazing to do that for over a year. And so I felt at home. It felt like a piece of my, family and home here in Yuma.
Mm-hmm. And I know we're going to talk a little bit, or maybe give a hint about where you're going. We can't say, which bums me out. I want exclusives on here. Reporter. Everybody wants an exclusive.
Johnny wants to break the story.
I want to break a story.
But contractually,
we can't do it.
We have to respect that, Johnny.
But beyond this, your next step, what's the big goal?
The big goal, I'd love to do, again, that lifestyle entertainment reporting, get to maybe even travel with that. I think that'd be so much fun.
So who does that now? Is that like Entertainment News, or like who's the big ones? I'm kind of out of it.
Entertainment Tonight, Access Hollywood,
Access Hollywood.
The Mario Lopez's of the world,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just want to be Mario Lopez. My goodness, that guy's older than me, and he looks like he did on.
Yeah, he's the fountain of youth or whatever.
I know,
right?
it's crazy.
He looks younger than me. That's crazy.
Yeah, but so something like that.
I would love to. Yes.
Anyone in particular that you kind of want? Access Hollywood, Entertainment,
or that like you look up to, or like a journalist who you like want to emulate their career.
I love Michelle Fisher on ABC LA. She's great. She's a great journalist and reporter. I love following her. Yeah, I'd also love, honestly, to go into maybe acting to continue my performing arts career, since I grew up doing dance, acting, and stuff. You might see me in a different career field. I just love so many things.
So you might do acting, huh?
I would love to, down the line.
So you're going to try to pull on that thread more? You said down the line, but you got to have auditions and stuff, right? So are you prepared to do that, and you want to do that?
I am prepared. I do want to.
Oh, very cool. I want to see you in a movie now. I should get your autograph today just so I can have it, and then it's like I'm watching you on a movie. It's
you knew her when?
Yeah, like I knew her back then. Yeah. Just same thing with it was Stephanie Hamill, that's who it was that came up. I'm still friends with her, and she's like on Fox News now. She's a contributor on there. But yeah, I remember when she was here, and I got to be friends with her and all the stuff she's doing. But yeah, she's moved on to bigger and better things, which is what you're going to. And how do people follow you and kind of figure out, like, and one day see where you end up, since we're not allowed to break it on here?
Yes. So if you check out on Instagram, Burke North News. I'll share the updates. I'll share them very soon, like the next few weeks. So if you want to find out where I'm heading next, follow me on the next adventures and journey.
And do you kind of document your stuff on there?
I
pretty
do.
Well?
I do some of that lifestyle reporting on there. So checking out those small businesses, highlighting them locally, or, outfit of the day videos, or follow me like day in my life type videos. I do document a lot on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I have people on here, and it's like I tell them, like, yeah, give your social media. So it's like, well, I don't really post. It's like, well, you're really cool. You need to do it. Like, I'm interested now. You need to get on there. But you're kind of real versed in all that.
Yes, I share a lot of updates on there, like fun and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So I don't mean to put you on the spot, but what will you miss about Yuma?
Oh,
I think I know
so
where you're
many
gonna go.
You can't preface it like that and then put her on the spot. And I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I keep saying the people, but I truly mean it. The community is so welcoming. I don't know how else to say that. I can go interview someone one day, go to the grocery store, Walmart the next. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's you. Give them a hug. Go to the laundromat, strike up convo with the owner there. Like, the people, I cannot.
I think we ran into Walmart one time because we were shopping at night, when there were less people and it was less warm. And
that's usually when I like to shop as well.
You're like, I just could pick up some bread,
Right, with my glasses on and looking all.
You have to do it at night because both of you guys are so famous, and you get the mobs will go after you if you try to do it during the day like everybody else.
Was there a story you wanted to do here in Yuma that you did not get to do for one reason or another?
I always wanted to do a military story. I never got the chance, but my last story was the air show, the Air Station. So that was a perfect an awesome last story to do, but I always wanted to do a military story.
Awesome.
And so what'd you do at the air show? Just kind of covered what was going on?
Yeah, I covered what was going on, met some of the performers the 2 days before the show happened, and then went up in the helicopter with them for a little ride along.
So I'm born and raised here, and the air show happens a lot. I don't go. I went once, but I get anxiety seeing them do that stuff. I'm like very prone to anxiety.
Yeah.
So it's like it's too much for me. Like I can't, because like they're doing this. I was like, no, you'll be okay. Like you don't need to show off for me. Just be safe. Go fight a war for me, and like not do that. So I'm dead serious when I say that. And I was telling my brother-in-law, he's like, you sound like an old man. You know. It's like, but still, like when I see it, it kind of frightens me. It's like, no, I don't need to see that for entertainment. It's like I've seen accidents happen, you know, in different places. So yeah, it's not really a thing that I do. But both of you guys were there.
Yeah, it was a good day. Like too hot for mid-March, but well attended. And a lot of the KYMA team was out there in like the chalet and walking around.
Yeah. So one last thing, because we're running out of time. Who do you want to meet and interview lifestyle-wise?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
If you had an interview that you wanted to do.
On the spot.
We'll come back to.
No, go. I'm ready. Go.
I'm thinking. Maybe a famous like actor. I'm still thinking.
Famous actors. Well, good luck. We'll have to follow your journey.
Okay, all right. Put it on Instagram then. We'll let you off the hook. Yeah. If you come up with it while I'm reading this, make it happen.
My mom. I want to interview my mom.
Good answer. All right. What's Up Yuma Radio is a production of KAWC, Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. Want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, along with Anthony Ornales, Juan Garcia, Dave Reek, and Cecilia.
You can find out more about KOFA at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. Stay tuned for KOFA's Midday Music.
And on tomorrow's program, we have Johnny Bursrock. He is a famous B-boy. He was actually in one of Kendrick Lamar's videos.
Okay.
And he's be here tomorrow, yeah?
And you can listen to the podcast version of our program and check out past episodes anytime at kawc.org/podcast/What's Up Yuma Radio.
All right. And if you want to get on the show, like the B-boy that's coming on tomorrow, you could do it at whatsupyuma.com or whatsupyuma.biz. Hit that radio link and hit the book link, and you could be on the show right here. See you guys tomorrow.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
You are tuned into KOFA Yuma Border Radio.